Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to The Athletic, Manchester United could use Jesse Lingard in a swap deal for Harry Kane. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has made his final decision on Jesse Lingard's future. Solskjaer is ready to sell Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard wants a permanent move away from Manchester United. He's out on loan with West Ham at the moment. And since he's gone out on loan to West Ham, he's made a fantastic impact. West Ham obviously want to get him permanently. The reason we loaned Lingard out in January was because he got frozen out of our squad. There's also been rumours saying that Man United could use Jesse Lingard to buy Jadon Sancho because Dortmund have been interested in Lingard. Manchester United could launch an opening bid for Harry Kane as early as this week. It recently said, "We fear we could miss out on Harry Kane forever if we don't sign him this summer." Harry Kane is ready to ask Tottenham to listen to transfer offers this summer. It recently said the Glazers are planning to sanction a £90 million bid. I'm very sceptical that £90 million will be enough. I think we're going to have to make an offer of at least £120 million to convince Tottenham to offload him. Earlier on this season, Harry Kane came out and said that he wants to win team trophies. That was after Tottenham's Carabao Cup final defeat to Man City. Tottenham have not won a trophy for 13 years. But earlier on this season it said that Kane will ask to leave Tottenham if Tottenham fail to qualify for the Champions League. Earlier on this season he said Harry Kane is delaying his transfer decision until after the Euros. But I think Kane wants to stay in the Premier League if he decides to leave Tottenham. We've been in for him for a while now. Kane has won the Golden Boot a couple of times. It's between him and Mohamed Salah for this season's Golden Boot. Harry Kane has endured 17 years at Tottenham. He's been in their senior squad since 2009. He's under contract with Tottenham until 2024. He's regarded as one of the best strikers in the world. The reasons I'd take him at Manchester United is because he's well proven in the Premier League, he would assure us goals, and he's very good at creating chances. But like I've said, he will cost us a substantial amount. We still want a striker despite Edison Cavani signing a one-year contract not so long ago. Kane has had loan spells before with Leyton Orient, Millwall, Norwich and Leicester. Now obviously, the news on Jadon Sancho. There's a good chance that Man United will sign Jadon Sancho this summer. The Manchester Evening News said the other day that Jadon Sancho is pushing for a transfer out of Dortmund this summer. He wants to make a move to Man United. Jadon Sancho expects to complete a move to Man United this summer. Man United are the favourites to sign Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho's representatives are more confident than ever that Sancho will join Man United. And we are ready to launch a bid in the region of £65 million to £75 million for Sancho. I think Dortmund want around £85 million. He said earlier on this season that Borussia Dortmund confirmed that they've got a gentleman's agreement with Sancho over a possible transfer. And Dortmund have already admitted that they'll sell Sancho for the right price this summer, and Dortmund's CEO did reveal that the club will discuss exceptional offers for the winger. Not so long ago, Sancho admitted that he's unsure where his future lies, and Fabrizio Romano also said that Sancho would be 100% happy to join Man United this summer, because he did mention that he was keen on a move to Man United last summer. Bayern Munich have recently entered the race for Sancho. Liverpool were in for him, but they're no longer in for him now, and Chelsea are also interested in him. Last summer, he was our number one priority target. The reason we didn't get Sancho last summer is because we was reluctant to meet Dortmund's 108 million valuation. We was only willing to pay so much up front. But I thought we was going to sign Sancho last summer because Sancho to Man United was extremely close, because it said the personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed, and even a contract had been agreed. We had until the 10th of August to sign Jadon Sancho, but obviously we missed out on that deadline, so he did remain at Borussia Dortmund. Analysing the vast majority of Sancho's career at Dortmund, he's been very consistent. This has been his fourth season at Dortmund. Dortmund paid just £8 million for him from Man City back in 2017, and he's under contract with Borussia Dortmund until 2023. I think another reason why Dortmund want to sell Sancho is so they have much greater chance of keeping Erling Haaland. But if we sign Sancho, it'll be good, because Sancho would fit in our team perfectly. He would create good chances for us, and he would score goals. And he would exceed expectations in the Premier League. He's predominantly a right winner. Yeah, know the news on Raphael Varane. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer also wants him. Real Madrid wants £60 million for Raphael Varane. But recently it said that Man United are preparing a £40 million bid, so that's 20 million less than what Real Madrid want. The Manchester Evening News have already said that Man United are holding exploratory talks with Raphael Varane as he considers his future at Real Madrid. Liverpool recently held talks, and earlier on this season it said that Chelsea were the favourites to sign him, and Chelsea were prepared to pay £61 million. Said earlier on this season that we'd been handed a boost in our pursuit of Raphael Varane, because it said Raphael Varane was keen on a move to the Premier League, and he said Real Madrid were closing in on the signing of David Alaba. We was in for Varane 10 years ago. His contract talks with Real Madrid have stalled. His current contract expires next year. But the reasons I take Varane at Manchester United is because he's a world-class centre-half, and he'd go very well alongside Harry Maguire in our back line. He's highly experienced, and he's got a good pedigree behind him as a player. He's won 18 major honours at Real Madrid. So they are the reasons, and he's been a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He's enjoyed, 10 years with them. He's made over 300 appearances in all competitions. Real Madrid paid just €10 million for him from Lens back in 2011. There's been a few centre-halves we've looked at, and we still want a centre-half despite Eric Bailly signing a new contract not so long ago. Solskjaer's already made it clear that he wants to make 3 world-class signings in order to make Man United challenge for the title next season. Not so long ago, Solskjaer demanded more transfers. It's not long now until the summer transfer window opens, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware of how big the summer transfer window is going to be for himself and Manchester United in general. It's very imperative that Solskjaer gets the players that he wants to recommend in, because I don't think he's been backed enough so far. The summer transfer window will be his 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. But Solskjaer should get the backing he deserves, because we've got John Murtough, he's our director of football. We've got Darren Fletcher, he's our technical director. And we've also got Matt Judge. And Matt Judge has been part of the club for a while. Solskjaer does deserve at least another season at Manchester United, because he has made very good progress. This has been his 2nd full season at the club, so next season will be his 3rd full season. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware of how big next season is going to be for him. Next season, Solskjaer has got to exceed expectations if he is to remain Manchester United manager. If things go wrong next season, then I think there's a very good chance that he will be sacked. But to be honest with you, I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done, so in that aspect I am very, very shocked. I'm very sceptical that he's a long-term manager for Man United, and I think a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect, but I hope he's a long-term manager, and I hope he succeeds as Manchester United manager. He is our best manager since Ferguson. We're going to offload quite a few players in the summer transfer window, so in that aspect we'll generate money and it will help us with our rebuilding process. He recently said the 10 players that could leave Man United. There's a good chance that we'll offload David De Gea. David De Gea is obviously now our 2nd choice goalkeeper, and Solskjaer's refused to reassure that De Gea will retain his place in the Europa League final. I think it'd be the right decision to offload De Gea, because I reckon now he's had his years at Manchester United. You know, De Gea has enjoyed, 10 years at the club. I reckon he's had around 8 good years out of the 10 years he's been here, because in the last couple of years he has been a liability, reflecting on the calamitous mistakes he's made. But a few years ago he was regarded as the best goalkeeper in the world. You know, De Gea has won everything domestically at the football club, and he's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. Earlier on this season, it said that De Gea made his transfer decision. It said that he's preparing to leave Man United, and Man United is set to pay off his huge contract. De Gea has 2 years left on his current contract, and he's on £375,000 a week. I said there's a very good chance he will go back to Spain. There again, Jose Mourinho wants De Gea at Roma for next season. Sergio Romero, I'm also expecting us to offload him. Yeah, he doesn't get in the team, does he? And he's like, our 3rd or 4th choice goalkeeper. Most of Romero's appearances have come in the cup games, haven't they? We got Romero back in 2015 from Sampdoria on a 3, so he's now been at the club over 5 years. Lingard, I think there's a good chance we'll offload him, because is he 37 or 38 years of age now? Phil Jones, I want us to offload him in the summer transfer window. Whether we're doing that, I do not know. Phil Jones has always been...
Charlie,
What?
when that washing's done, I'll dry it through the dryer.
Oh.
And if that's still holding out, we'll go out. Just still down there.
How long's it going to be?
I'll put it on dryer for an hour.
Alright.
So if we get out at 1:15, there's only 7 on Maybury Parade, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know,
Alright.
Can't do it with being in the house, it's so boring. Coffee does my fucking head in.
Yeah, as I was saying, yeah. He's always been inconsistent, Phil Jones. He's been out of injury over the year and he doesn't even get in our 11. Phil Jones is the only outfield player that's still here from the Ferguson era. He's been a long servant. He's endured 10 years at Manchester United. Diego Dalot, I think we'll be looking to get rid of him permanently. He's out on loan with AC Milan at the moment. Nemanja Matic, I think there's a good chance that we'll offload him. He's not one of our first choice midfielders, but he still gets his chances. But as you all know, I've always had my strong reservations about Matic. Matic has been at the club almost, 4 years now, is it? You know, we got him in a deal worth 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Pogba could be leaving Man United in the summer transfer window. I hope he doesn't. Reports were coming out yesterday saying that Paul Pogba could leave Man United for just £55 million. Now, it said a few weeks ago that Man United will offer Paul Pogba a new £400,000 a week contract, but it says Pogba is demanding £500,000 a week. Pogba's current contract expires next year because earlier on this season we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract. It says Man United will sell Paul Pogba this summer if he doesn't sign a new contract. Obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants him to stay. Solskjaer hopes that he signs a new contract. And earlier on this season, Solskjaer said that Paul Pogba's future lies at Old Trafford. And it says our players would be devastated if the club decided to sell Paul Pogba this summer. We've been getting the best out of him in recent months. You know, he does bring creativity to the team. And recently, we've put Paul Pogba in more of an advanced role. We need to keep him in that advanced role because that's where he's more effective. He's much better in more of an advanced role than he is in a deeper role. Earlier on this season, Pogba had a thigh injury. He was out for a while. He had an ankle injury at the first part of this season and he was out for the vast majority of last season with an ankle injury. As it stands at the moment, he is our most expensive signing because we paid £89 million for him and this has been Paul Pogba's 5th season at the football club since he rejoined. He's had a long-running transfer saga though. He's been relentlessly linked with a move to Real Madrid. PSG have been in for him, Barcelona have been in for him, and his former club Juventus have been in for him. I said there's a good chance he'll go back to Juventus if he leaves us because he did endure 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Man United and swap deals have been high on the agenda. Mini Oriola, his agent's done a lot of talking this season. He said not so long ago that Pogba wants to win trophies at Man United or at another top European club. He did say that his future is still in doubt and earlier on this season he did mention a Paul Pogba and Eden Hazard swap deal. Earlier on this season, Mini Oriola criticised Sir Alex Ferguson for forcing Pogba out of the club when he was younger. And he said he doesn't give a fuck if he doesn't take another player to Man United as long as his clients are happy. And he made an announcement back in December last year regarding Pogba and Solskjaer was furious with Mini Oriola's announcement. So there you go. Juan Mata, I think there's a good chance that we'll offload him in the summer transfer window. I think Juan Mata's current contract expires next month. There is an options trigger his contract for a further year. Juan Mata doesn't get in R11, like I said, and my element of concern about him, he's lost that yard of pace and he's ageing up. He is in his 30s. At the first part of this season, Juan Mata rejected an £18 million a year contract offer to play in Saudi Arabia. He was out of injury as well earlier on this season. But Matt has had a good career at Man United. He's been at the club over 6 years. We got him in a deal worth 40 million from Chelsea back in 2014. A lot of United fans are saying that we need to offload Anthony Martial in the summer transfer window because he's no longer good enough to represent the club and he has been out of form for the vast majority of this season. Martial's out with an knee injury at the moment. He's been out for a while now. Solskjaer's hopeful that he will be back for the Europa League final. And Andres Pereira, I think we're looking to get rid of him permanently. He's out on loan with AC Milan at the moment. Brandon Williams, I think there's a good chance we'll offload him because he doesn't get in our team. And he's what our third choice left back. So it'd be beneficial to loan Brandon Williams out because he'd get more opportunities and it would gain him more experience. Williams played a lot of games last season. That's only because Luke Shaw had a couple of periods out with injury. So there you go, and we have got some good players, and there's players that have really improved at Manchester United. Dean Henderson, he's done well in a lot of his games this season. Dean Henderson is obviously now our number one. Man United have made the right decision putting him as number one because I did say he's reliable enough to be our number one. But yeah, Dean Henderson's distribution's good. He makes good saves. He's kept a lot of clean sheets this season. And he's made good aerial claims. Dean Henderson's still young. He's got a lot of development in him. And I can assure he's got a long-term future at Man United. Dean Henderson's got experience behind him because he endured 2 successful loans with Sheffield United. And he's had other loan spells before. And before the start of this season, he signed a 6-year contract with Man United. So reflecting on that, he committed his future to the club. Luke Shaw, he's really improved. He's been our best player this season. In a lot of his games, he's showed good attacking intent. He's got into good positions. He's put good crosses into the box. He's provided width. He's created good chances for his teammates, and defensively he's been good. Luke Shaw still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Telles last summer. Shaw's had a good career at Man United despite his injuries, and it said earlier on this season that Man United will offer Luke Shaw a new 5-year contract worth around £180,000 a week, so he's going to be given like a £30,000 pay rise. Shaw has just over 2 years left on his current contract. Eric Bailly, he's also a good centre-half. He's improved. I'm glad that he's staying at Manchester United. Not so long ago he signed a new contract until 2024 and there's an option of a further year. My only element of concern about Eric Bailly is too injury prone, so in that aspect he is a liability. We got him for £30 million from Villarreal back in 2016. He's been at the club now for quite a few years. But I think most of the time Bailly goes well alongside Harry Maguire in our back line. Harry Maguire, I think he's pretty good. Obviously, he's out at the moment with an ankle injury. He sustained the ankle injury in our 3-1 win against Aston Villa, and Solskjaer did say that he fears that Maguire could be out for a few weeks. He recently said he's going to be out for the season, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is positive that Harry Maguire will recover for the Europa League final, because Solskjaer recently held a special press conference ahead of the Europa League final against Villarreal. Harry Maguire's had good games and he's also had bad games. We certainly overpaid for him. We got him for £80 million. He's the second most expensive sign at the club and the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment. But without Harry Maguire, defensively we are shambolic, and that has been proven. And Wan-Bissaka, he's also really improved. In a lot of his games recently, he's been showing more attacking intent. He's been getting into good positions. He's been putting good crosses into the box. Defensively, he's always been superb. I kind of sure Wan-Bissaka's got a long-term future at Man United. This has been his second full season at the club. We got him in a deal worth 50 million from Crystal Palace in the summer of 2019. Scott McTominay, I think he has improved. He's a decent player, but he's not yet on that level where we want him to be at. You know, McTominay's still young. He's got a lot of development in him. You know, I think he does need more time. Just after the first lockdown last year, McTominay signed a 5-year contract with Man United. Bruno Fernandes, he's obviously very, very good as well. Mason Greenwood, he's really, really improved. In the vast majority of his games at Man United, since he broke into our senior squad, he's been very consistent. But there was actually a period where Mason Greenwood didn't score for a while. You know, Greenwood made his senior debut in 2019 and he's been a United player since the age of 7. And earlier on this season, he signed a new 4-year contract with the club. Ollie's been defending Greenwood a lot this season. You know, whether you play Greenwood centrally or whether you play him on the right-hand side, we seem to get the best out of him most of the time. He's got a long-term future at Man United, I can assure that. Marcus Rashford's obviously improved as well, but obviously he has endured his bad periods. What I think we need to do is keep Marcus Rashford on that left-hand side because that's where he's more effective. I'm not keen on him on that right wing, and we've played him on that right wing a few times. And I don't think he's that effective centrally either. Rashford's become a bit injury prone at Man United because he has now sustained quite a few injuries. You know, Rashford's been part of the club for a long time. And Cavani, you know, he's made a fantastic impact since he's come in, so I am very, very delighted that he is staying for next season. So there you go, analysing our squad at the moment, it's not good enough to win the league. This is why we need to make more signings in the summer transfer window. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he deserves a lot of credit, like I've said. You know, he has made good signings as Manchester United manager. You know, so far he's spent almost £300 million at the club. You know, he's got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he's come in. He's done well in a lot of aspects this season as well. You know, got us to the EFL Cup semi-final, got us to the FA Cup quarter-final, and he's got us to the Europa League final. The Europa League is our priority. Solskjaer's looking to win his first trophy as Manchester United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. This is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first major final as Man United manager against Villarreal, and it's our 8th European final. And Solskjaer said the other month that winning trophies can be an ego thing. We've got a very good away record in the Premier League. We haven't lost away from home in the Premier League for over a year. So we are unbeaten in our last 25 Premier League away games. We are second in the Premier League. We're probably going to finish second. We are guaranteed Champions League football for next season. And we've enjoyed very good periods under Ole where we have seen consistency. I like the way he has promoted the youth. He did well last season in his first full season at the club. He got us a 3rd place finish, guided us to 3 semi-finals and got us qualification for the Champions League. So they are the positives regarding Ole. But he has been Manchester United manager now over 2 years. And he's gained some managerial experience reflecting now on his being at the club, and he has learnt quite a bit on the job. I do have my concerns about Ole as well. You know, he hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, and his decision making also concerns me. But that doesn't mean he can't succeed as Manchester United manager. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.